Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about real estate, but more specifically housing. The real estate market is absolutely insane right now. So a couple from Salt Lake City, Utah made a reasonable offer for a house $6,000 over the asking price. The house then shortly sold after, and it was bought for $60,000 over the asking price. On the next house, the couple had learned their lesson, so this time they offered $60,000 above the original asking price, and they waived the inspection as well. However, their offer was drowned out by 54 other offers. After a total of 70 house tours, 14 proposals, and countless waived inspections, nobody accepted any of their offers. This is just one of many stories regarding the insane real estate market that we are currently in, where a year ago, a house could have sold for $400,000 and it's now selling for $650,000. So today we will be discussing if you should buy a house now or if you should wait until the real estate market cools off. Although the housing market is extremely hot right now, that has not stopped home buyers. With low supply and increased demand, the price of housing has skyrocketed, which has led to ruthless bidding wars. According to the National Association of Realtors, Americans are buying homes at a record rate, to where more houses were bought in 2020 than any other time after 2006. So should you follow the crowd and buy a home now, or is it smarter to wait for a better opportunity? Well, to answer this question, let's first go over the pros and cons of buying a house right now. For starters, mortgage rates are very low, which is great news. According to Freddie Mac, an average 30-year loan rate is 2.96%, which is much better than it was a few years ago at a rate of 4.3% or even higher. However, the window to take advantage of these rates is closing because economists project that mortgage rates will continue to rise this year and next year, which means they could go up or even above 3.25% and 3.5% respectively. For an example, let's say you buy a home that is worth $400,000 and you put a regular 20% down payment on it, which is $80,000. That means your mortgage loan amount will be $320,000. If you have a 2.96% 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, your monthly payment would be $1,340. The total amount of interest you would have paid over 30 years is $163,200. On the other hand, if you waited a year to purchase the same home, everything else held equal, but the rate increased to 3.5%, your monthly payment would be $1,440 per month, which is $100 more each payment. By the end of the loan, you would have paid $197,300 worth of interest. So a lower mortgage rate allows you to have a lower monthly payment, fewer long-term costs such as total interest accrued, and it can help you afford a larger home. Now, I will not be able to run every scenario here, so naturally some things I will have to leave out, but let me tell you why the calculation I just did might be misleading. This is because while a cheaper mortgage rate is good, sometimes it's not as good as waiting for the price of the home to drop even if the interest rate increases. In the last year, home prices have risen by 15%, so now let's say you have the higher 3.5% interest rate, but you bought earlier before the 15% appreciation, or you waited and as interest rates rose, the housing prices gave back their incredible appreciation so the prices fell and became cheaper, all other factors held equal. This means you could actually save $13,900 more than the better interest rate scenario by simply waiting for the stock market to cool off when prices return to normal and when interest rates rise. And this makes the housing prices cheaper normally. It will also probably not give back the total 15%, this is just an example. Although you can do multiple different types of calculations, I am simply using a very crude calculation to demonstrate that sometimes a cheaper housing price is better than a lower interest rate, so this means it could be better just to wait. However, this could be risky because what if housing prices don't go down, or an increase in interest rates do not signal housing prices to pull back? And this is a great point that we will talk about more in a minute. Currently, analysts estimate that mortgage rates can stay below 4% well into 2022, which ultimately is still a good sign. But let's say housing prices keep going up and never pull back, and now it's 2022 and the mortgage rates are 4%. What do we do now? Well, that would be a huge blow to those who postpone buying a house in multiple ways. The problem here is that forecasters predict this trend to continue. Real estate data from Zillow says that housing prices are supposed to increase by 14.9% next year. However, we have to keep in mind that analysts can be wrong, and these estimates are speculation because no one knows for certain what will happen. Although this video will not go into comparing a 15-year to a 30-year mortgage, or if it's better to rent or buy, or if a 20% down payment is necessary because private mortgage insurance is not that bad, or if people should aim for a higher than 20% down payment, what you should be focusing on during the rest of this video are both worst case scenarios. Scenario 1, is it worth buying a house now when things are extremely expensive just to find out later in a year or two that you massively overpaid for it? Or is it worse to not act now and the prices continue to increase and jump higher and higher while interest rates continue to rise, leaving you even worse off than you were before? While you think of that, let's address the main reason why prices are so high to see if we can predict if things will return to normal anytime soon. The main cause for the increase of housing prices is the low supply. So if we can fix the supply problem, we can fix the main problem. With low inventory, existing buyers will pay top dollar for houses because of its scarcity and lack of choice. But if the supply increases, even if the demand stays constant, the prices will fall back down. The supply problem is currently being fixed right now because people are returning to their jobs, people are building their own houses, new construction is being built, and people are very willing to move right now and sell their houses. Another huge factor that can help this problem but cause another problem is the expiring eviction moratorium, which means that people can now be kicked out of their homes so they can go live with friends or family, which will add houses to the market, thus increasing the total supply, lowering all the different prices. Another reason why housing prices might fall is because if demand decreases but supply stays constant, or if it increases, price will fall. The reason demand might fall is because mortgage lenders are making it harder for people to get loans. Mortgage lenders have raised the standards of who they are giving mortgages to, which means people need bigger credit scores and larger down payments. Lenders are also less likely to accept FHA loans and VA loans. This will make it tougher to get a home, but it will also make it extremely difficult for first-time home buyers to get a loan in this crazy real estate market. Now, if you can't choose between buying a home now or waiting until later to purchase a home, renting a place in the meantime is actually one of the best options you can do. On average, the cost gap between renting and buying per month is $600. So renting can save you $600 per month on average. However, keep in mind that renting does not offer a return on investment. While a higher mortgage payment can be a hindrance, some of that money will be used to build equity in your home. Renting, on the other hand, does not build equity, so it does not generate money for you, but it can allow you to save more money, so make sure to think through your long-term financial goals before making a decision like this. Now, here are the final results pertaining to what you can do, which will be different for individuals depending on your budget, employment situation, and location. If you can answer yes to one or more of the following questions, then go ahead and buy now, and here are the questions. Does your housing budget include money for a bidding war or spending over $20,000 more than the asking price? Next question, can you pay for the house in cash? Next question, are the prices near your area reasonable? Next question, are you willing to live in a smaller place but in a better location? Now, if the following statements describe your situation, it could be in your best interest to wait until next year before buying a house. And the statements are, you have a lot of bad debt like student loans or credit card debt. Next statement. The houses are over your budget. Next statement. You could not afford a 20% down payment even if you wanted to. Next statement. You do not qualify for a low mortgage rate. Now, regardless of which side you fell on, it would be great for you to talk your plans over with a financial advisor, which I am not. But what do you think? Comment your thoughts down below. Go and press the like button right now if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next YT video.